It's like my pet rock. Am I ready for this? I think I'm ready. Am I framed? Good evening. Hey everybody, this is Storypipe. I'm Jack, and we have a special edition today. Dateline Las Vegas. There should be showgirls walking by as I talk about this. No? No?
Don't tempt me.
I heart showgirls. Huge news today from the NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters, conference in Las Vegas. Apple today unveiled Final Cut Studio 2, actually yesterday, because it being Sunday, today being Monday. They unveiled Final Cut Studio 2, a major upgrade to the industry's leading video production suite that now includes Final Cut Pro 6, which has a ton of features that I'm going to tell you about. But before I talk about Apple and their Final Cut Studio 2, I want to give a sales pitch for a video that the guys on the crew and I worked on for VEOH, V-E-O-H, which is an online content company. They had a parody of this online wine tasting guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. I did a parody of this, and I'm hoping that the link is scrolling below me right now like a telethon. Please, 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 if you have a few minutes, go on the site, watch the video, and vote. If it doesn't make you laugh, you just you don't know comedy. That being said, let's talk about Final Cut Studio 2. It's a huge endeavor by Apple. It should be released in May, and we'll get to an interesting thing about Final Cut Studio 2 being released in May in a second. But first, let's go over what the new release includes. Final Cut Pro 6 will support a wide variety of standard definition formats, every HD format, and the new P2 and XD-Cam tapeless formats, so any of those hard drives that you're recording with. You can mix and match a wide variety of formats in the open format timeline, which is huge if you're recording some stuff with tape and some stuff with a hard drive. Final Cut Pro will be the hub for all the applications in the production suite. So you can take your Final Cut project and with a click send it to Soundtrack, send it to Motion, send it to Compressor, and then finally, if you're done, to DVD Studio Pro. As far as effects, the generation of text effects vastly improved. It integrates with motion templates. Fully customizable editing and trimming options, 24-track audio mixing from the built-in mixer or via the Mackie control protocol. Real-time extreme updated to allow for a lot more effects to be rendered in real time, so your filmmaking should be like that. As far as cinema tools, there's vastly improved user interface that allows for combining of key code and time code into a single document. Probably the biggest part, wouldn't you say this is the biggest part, Kurt?
What are you getting to?
The color.
Oh,
yeah, sorry, I thought you could read my mind or my notes. Along with everything that Apple's introducing with Final Cut Studio 2, there's a new color application which does full color correction up to RGB 444. It's huge. It's essentially one of the big DaVinci systems, one of the big color correcting systems in your computer, which could save you so much time and money. You won't have to send your footage out to another company to do the color correction for you. 3D animation environment and painting tools added. Support for surround sound AC3 files. I know that in the past release of Final Cut Studio, there was supposed to be surround sound. It never worked correctly. This is an actual surround sound. And from what I understand, it's just a drag and drop situation where you have your 5 empty slots. You take your sounds and drag them into which speaker you want them, which is amazing. There's also drag and drop encoding for iPod, Windows Media, cell phones, Apple TV, and a ton of other formats, which means you can just take your completed file, drag it, it'll encode it. Add a time code window, burn before starting your encoding, distributed encoding. As far as the DVD Studio Pro, each track can support 9 angles now, 8 audio tracks, 32 subtitle streams. There's support for standard definition and HD video. I also understand that Apple is including a way to burn Blu-ray DVDs with the DVD Studio Pro, which may end up to be a big format. You can never tell with these format wars. In regards to Soundtrack Pro, you can compare and conform features which match your audio edit to your picture edit in Final Cut Pro. There's support for creating multi-track surround sound. This is just a big, big deal. And I do have the pricing information here. Studio Tool will be available in May for $1,300. Registered users of the current version can upgrade for $500. Registered users from previous versions can upgrade for $700. So it is a big investment, but for what you're getting, it's really a bargain. Along with that, there's also a higher price system, which includes the hardware. Final Cut Extreme is an upmarket system that is about $10,000 a seat. That essentially is like one of the Avid systems that you have now, full color correction, and that is meant to be, that coincides with a 4K digital camera, cinema camera, which is being put out by, I have no idea who that's being put out by. But that is a higher-end Apple editing suite that I'm sure has Avid just shaking in their boots. Now, like I said, this is to be distributed in May. You do need Leopard, the new Apple operating system, to run this. But I read today that Leopard has been delayed until October. So essentially, they're selling you software that you can't use until October. Doesn't make much sense to me. And it seems like Apple stock suffered because of that announcement today. It went down a couple bucks to like 92 is their new share price, which is still exorbitant. I'm sure that'll get worked out. But from what I understand now, Final Cut 6 should be available in May. Leopard is set to be distributed in October. I guess it got pushed back because the tech people for Apple are busy working on their new iPhone, which is a big venture for them. So this is big news, everybody. New Final Cut system that allows you to do a lot of things. Most importantly, it allows you full color correction, which is a huge deal in filmmaking. Go out there, make films, enjoy. Oh, before I say goodbye, one more thing. My director was about to hit stop on the camera. Please, please, please go to veoh.com, veoh.com. See this link here? Do you see it? It's nice. Touch it. Vote on our video. We need votes. We're going to win a great prize. And if you're in the local area and you voted, perhaps you'll be invited to our wine party. See you next week.